When last we left, our plucky spelunkers, our demolitionist, our force specialized demolitionists, they had a confrontation with Keltos, the elder awakened bloodkyber, who had made camp base in some of the lowest reaches of the caves of Shere-Khan, and his very presence seemingly transforming these caves into a dark, twisted facsimile of what they used to be,
Or a facsimile
of something else. Who knows?
We express shipped him back to the Force.
He blowed up.
You blew him up. You cut him up. You tore him up, and
we broke the rock.
I dropped the rock, but the rock will not drop me! Wow, there needs to be rocks in Star Wars. Actually, sorry, Jedi Fallen Order.
Immersion broken, there's no rocks in Star Wars.
There's no rocks in Star Wars.
You haven't gotten far enough in Jedi Fallen Order. Do, though.
There can't be bricks in Star Wars, Justin!
No bricks, you're right. You're right. I said there were bricks, and there shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be bricks in Star Wars, Justin.
Never.
Why would they have bricks in Star Wars?
And screws? More immersion.
My lore, Justin, my lore!
These losers on YouTube.
How can I be the smartest Star Wars YouTuber if I don't know all of the lore?
These losers on YouTube, they have like the scissors and the little string that says their immersion, and it's like, and they've labeled the scissors Lucasfilm and Disney, but like they're the ones holding the scissors, so it's a perfect metaphor.
But now we're running.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're running.
I was going to say the rock is no more, but it's technically not true. Broke into many, many pieces that then began sort of unstably bamfing is the best word for it. Just a few feet at a time around the cave, creating visible distortions in the air reality with all this unstable sort of unmitigated use of like dark side force teleportation. Everything began to shake and a cave-in began, and you all started to run. Is anyone doing anything, like, special? You guys have any plans? Any
I'm
tools?
just fucking going, dog.
I need feet.
I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm beating feet.
Yeah, I'm running for my life.
I don't have anything cool to help with us going faster, so...
Yep, neither do I.
Well, then I guess I need athletics checks from all of you.
I'm not good at those, fuck!
I am very good at those.
I'm pretty good. I'm okay with those.
Am I allowed to temporary boost myself?
Yeah, athletics checks.
You're allowed to touch yourself as long as you feel bad after.
Always.
No, she's an int bard, not a paladin, so she won't feel bad after.
It's true.
Oh.
I didn't roll the best. 11?
I fell down on my face.
Oof.
Because
Can I roll anything else?
That's a 7 minus 2. That's a 5.
Do you have any thoughts as to how I asked if there were any plans or special abilities that you guys would like to use? Now's the time to use them.
Let me see.
Oh, you are out of force. Well, this is Star Wars. We can.
Wait, what
Points are on paper. We're in Star Wars.
Hang on.
We're in Star Wars.
All right, first one in the jail for the night.
I'll just roll athletics. That's a 9.
Wow, we're doing really batting 1,000 today, kids.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, you rolled a 12. Excellent.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. It's not my best roll, but you know, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, not my best roll, not my worst roll either.
Yeah, so DM, I totally forgot this was a thing I could do. I'm gonna fucking phase walk later, idiots. I'm teleporting.
What does that do?
It's Misty Step. I teleport 30 feet.
Oh. That's super cool. It's one of the spells you took?
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's a bonus action, too.
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I rolled a 12.
Yeah.
5.
I've marked the ones to change, but I'm not going to do it until we get to a long rest.
Yeah. And we can talk about that after, but yeah. Sorry, it was a long day at work.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Justin's doing good.
Did roll okay?
Yeah, that's also the thing. Well, hold on, let me check his athletics. His athletics pretty high.
That man's strength base. He is.
He also rolled a 12.
Wow.
Oh my god.
We're betting. What a great start. What a great start to this night of Dungeons and Dragons we were playing together. Fuck me running.
Jeez Louise.
What'd you name, brother? 12s. Why'd you name yourself 12s? It's what I keep rolling in D&D.
That's what I keep rolling on my athletics checks.
What's D&D, brother?
12 every time. Either the Kaminoans loaded my dice, or this is destiny.
Hold on.
I rolled
Hold
a
on,
5.
I'm trying to think of a. Don't worry, I have a joke. It's loading up. The brain's. I'm stupid. Faster.
Can't handle the uber instincts of my uber autism.
Uber autism.
He's been saying.
What's D&D, brother? Oh, it's droids and droidicus. We just.
I like droids and droidicus actually.
I'm trying to. The second one, it needs to be something better. There is a creature that starts with D, and I can't think of it.
I love. By the way, for the people, for the lovely people at home, this motherfucker, aka our dungeon master, has constantly, at every opportunity that he has provided, has been looking at me and his wife, who are both autistic, and has kept doing the, like, every time we do an autism thing, he goes, "You can't handle the uber instincts of my uber autism."
My uber autism. Observe.
And I need all of you at home to know that we think it's funny. It's why we let him keep doing it.
It's very funny.
But I need you to know that he's been doing it, because it's funny that he keeps doing it.
My wife makes sure to get one of each M&M color, and then she eats them in a certain order. To underestimate the uber
instincts of my uber autism.
I hear that, and I just think, finally, I've achieved it. Uber instinct.
God.
No, here's the bit. Droids and Dianogas.
Yeah, Dianogas! There, I knew there was one. That was the first one from the first movie. Got it. I feel bad. I'm stupid faster. The uber instincts of my uber autism.
Anyway, we're
droids and Dianogas. Anyway.
All of you are running like chumps while I'm just fucking teleporting later, idiots.
Instant transmission.
Well, here's the thing.
Did she just remember that she could teleport?
Yeah.
Here's how we're gonna flavor, because we're not gonna break any lore with our just copy pasted D&D. She basically like flash ran, used the Force, like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon that one time in all of the Star Wars movies. Time
when they press shift.
Yeah, when they double shift for the. When they like Hades dashed, like that's what this is. You basically Hades dash.
Gaussian blur, pan to the right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you turn.
You do this.
You turn around your shoulder, and Nyx is. So's Earl, and Ash does fall on her face. It's rough. And.
She's just looking back at them and it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
I was tempted to force a moment like this, but then the dice helped me. This is why you follow your heart, fellow Dungeon Masters. It will only lead you astray sometimes.
Yeah. Let the druid wild shape 8 times in a row.
I counted. I sat there during that scene and counted and was like, how nice is this Dungeon Master? Oh, fucking very nice.
Yeah, this Dungeon Master is so goddamn nice.
And then he's
8 wild shapes?
And then he said dick during the race dead.
I stand by that is not a dick move. He knew that was an item they could use again, and he knew that they had a whole field of bodies. It was funny. It's exactly what I would have done. Yeah. No. Yes.
Speaking of dicks, it's nice to know where Raestra would be in the scenario of outrunning a bear.
I was kind of hoping you'd, she gestures to, follow or, catch up.
I know exactly what you were hoping to do.
Petty cat.
Am I able
haven't
to
seen this yet?
Am I able to pick myself up and keep going?
Well, we're gonna
no,
narrate.
You die. You die on the spot.
I do only have 10 HP left.
You hit the ground and explode.
That was the first 6 seconds, right? We established that.
Yeah, totally.
Oof. So
go on.
Raestra, you look over your shoulder and see that scene. Also, Cal, Earl, and Nyx are regarding the fallen Ash. Earl's body is already halfway turned to go back to grab at her, but Nick, we don't even need the Force, Nyx, to know that this is rough.
This is bad.
Right where Raestra is heading, she's at the entrance of the tunnel where all the fun lightning almost got you guys, and it's already caving in. Kind of before Raestra's eyes, right in front of her body.
I would like to. Oh shit! I used my action surge already in that fight. Fuck. I would like. One moment, Justin, if I may.
Yeah.
I would like. Seeing that Cal is already going for Ash.
Earl is, for sure.
Sorry. Al is going for I don't know why I said Cal. Earl is going for Ash. Nyx is gonna go for Cal to help him.
Yeah.
Because he's also falling behind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna yell at Ray, keep going, we're right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Can I make it a persuasion check to? Not a persuasion check. Sorry, I
was going to say, I don't think you need to convince anybody.
I'm panicking. I don't know why I'm panicking, but I'm panicking.
No, we're good. You could all die.
Can I use? Can I use?
You could just all die. It's fine.
Can I use a superiority die? Just a flat superiority die to help Cal get up faster.
Roll it.
Okay.
Tell me what you get on it.
Rocks are falling. It would be appropriate for all of us to die.
I'm level 5, so I get to roll a d6 now. My superiority dice are now d6s.
That's awesome.
3.
Okay.
It's not a lot, but something.
Cal, what'd you roll on your athletics check?
I rolled a 9.
Ooh, okay. Well, now he's up to a 12 with the rest of you.
Yeah.
Which is helpful. I'm not, that sounded like I was discounting it. I wasn't.
He's not even going to lean down to pick him up. He's literally going to grab him by under his arm and hoist him up. He says, "Get up, soldier!
Yeah.
Move!"
I just pictured it like that scene with Sonic and Pikachu in Smash Brothers.
But yeah, that's what Nyx is gonna do.
I would like to do a thing, if that's okay.
For sure. Tell me all about it.
Because I would like to help Ashaa-kai move along, because I remember she rolled a 5.
Yeah.
As I'm getting up, I would like to... It's an at-will, I will also say, so the lack of force points does not matter.
Yeah.
I would like to use force push-pull to kind of help Ashaa-kai get up. A medium creature is only moved up to 5 feet.
Yeah.
But
if it helps, it helps.
Feet are feet, you know?
Yeah.
Feet are
and
feet.
You can I would imagine you're able to get up to me. Help me get up on my feet.
Yeah. Help you get onto your feet so that way you can move feet and be.
Speaking of feet, I love this tweet.
I also love this tweet.
Does Star Wars have pop stars? Is there an interplanetary superstar that tours the galaxy with their albums? Who is the Star Wars Taylor Swift? I have to know. Excuse me? He's right here. And it's a fucking picture of Max Rebo.
Max Rebo is the Star Wars Ed Sheeran. There is only one Star Wars Taylor Swift, and her name is Size Noodles.
God, you're so right.
Yeah.
Max Repo, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the guy who took my car the other day. Haha, funny joke.
Get the fuck up and move.
Never forget that Max Rebo's band that he's a part of, at least on at Jabba's Palace, is Max Rebo and his Galactic Jizz Wailers.
That might be Legends, but it's canon in my heart. So
which is all that fucking matters. Anyway,
yeah. Ash is falling behind. What do?
Yeah. Sorry, this is a serious moment. I forgot. I'm a good dungeon master, guys.
Barry, edit that out.
I'm a professional.
I will edit
she
out.
She can't edit out this incompetency. You underestimate the Uber instincts.
Anyway, Cal helps me up to my feet.
See, the thing is, well, I guess I'll roll dice. Hold on.
I want to, Dungeon Master, I want to do a thing.
What thing do you want to do? Everyone's had a turn. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I want to put the lightsaber into my shield.
Okay.
And I want to go and I want to turn the bad bitch on and I want to try and hold the archway of the door up.
You're gonna put your arms up with the shield?
Yep.
All right. Strength check.
I'm good at those.
I guess add proficiency, weapon proficiency since you're
using not good.
Guys, you're killing me.
That's a natural
is what I would say if I were not ready for something like that.
It's a natural 1 for a total of 8. Another one in the jar.
This is where the campaign ends, guys.
God, that's great.
You go in the clinky jar.
It's so that they know.
You press B to dash forward with your bonus action spell. And right when you're done, you put the sword in the shield, activate it, and then you both arms up, and you're like, and then a big rock falls on your Beskar shield, and it splits in half, right, because of the lightsaber. But the Force knocks you on your ass. The rock was 5 times your size. And you did split it in half and stopped it from blocking the entrance completely, but you right on your ass.
Fuck.
Right on your milking ass.
I hate you.
That was the swear in Legends. I'm rereading a Legends book, guys. The swear was milk.
I'm gonna kill you.
You want a fun Star Wars fact? Milk. That's what. Whew. That's what Ray does. That's what everyone does. Earl?
I mean, I didn't get to do anything to help myself, but I was propped up, so it makes sense that I don't get a turn.
Well, do you want to do anything? Do you have something? Tell me all about it.
The only thing I could think of is to use my grappling hook to try and get me to go faster, I guess. Spider-Man myself.
Yeah, you can. That's an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Cool, Pug. I think it's a +5 because I think it uses my dex. Unless we agreed that I'm allowed to use my intelligence for that. I don't remember.
No, I think we did dex. It's a weapon attack.
I'm not as good with my dex.
You're not as good.
13.
Oh, Dungeon Master, all I can do is cast slow and ruin all the boss fights. Oh, woe is me.
13.
You didn't ruin anything. I want that to make that clear to the audience. 13? Well, if you were aiming at an object, those only have AC of 10. So
I wave my arm to gesture for Earl to just keep going forward, and I use it to pull myself to.
Yeah. So all this kind of happens at the same time. Nyx, you grab Cal's arm to woo, and then there's an upward and a forward. Cal half turns to put his hand out towards Asha, who she's starting to lean up, and because of the force pull, her feet scoot 5 feet forward right into Earl's arms, who had turned around and was putting an arm out to help scoop her up even further, and that happens, and then you're kind of upright as you shoot your grappling hook towards the rock wall, and it clinks into something, and you can just pull yourself, right? It's like fast. And it's and like as that was happening, as that 5 foot skid forward, there was like a rock that fell. It would have only like nicked you if you hadn't gotten that 5 feet, but it wouldn't have been bad. It wouldn't have been good.
I have 10 HP left, so it could have still knocked me out. Yeah,
but in that, Raestra's on her ass. Nyx is plowing forward with Cal. Ash is zipping forward, and so is Earl. That tunnel entrance is still like the two rocks that split. Like there's a little bit of room between them, but then like another rock, and then like a pile of them. It's like when, you know, it's like if you made a tunnel in the blankets and then just like something fell and it just flattened. Like you can see the tunnel is doing that, and it's not looking good.
If I get close enough, I have an idea.
We'll take care of this one thing at a time.
Sure.
Earl, like, you know, is keeping pace with you. Ash sees the tunnel, turns, looks over his shoulder to see that these rocks are still like teleporting, though not as much anymore. But like the damage has been done. Everything's shaking, and it says that's our only way out, unless we got something else.
No, we gotta go. Go. I got an idea, but like I don't know if it's gonna work.
You went last time, Ash. What do you?
I would like to use my last 4 tech casting points, and I know it doesn't. It's not for creatures, but I want to see if you'll be nice and let me cast cryogenic suspension on the rocks.
Okay. You want to freeze them?
I want to freeze them, slow them down, whatever it is, because anything to help.
All right.
But will you allow it, I guess, is the question.
Sure. You can point. Is it an attack roll?
That's a saving throw.
It's a saving throw? Well, you know, objects fail. So tell me about the cold damage.
It's not cold damage. It's because it's slow, right? I want to cast slow on the rocks. That's just what cryogenic suspension is what it's called in.
For that, roll me a spellcasting ability modifier. We'll pretend this is a spellcasting attack, so you can add your proficiency and your int.
Oh, if it's an attack, I don't get to add temporary boost to it.
No, this is like a check. This is a spell check.
And temporary boost, I have to set myself up for success. There we go. So I get to add my proficiency bonus to this. So that's a +8 on that. So that's 29.
Ooh, sick.
I rolled a 15 on the die and a 6 on the temporary boost.
You just kind of like both hands with these like tiny devices that just like emit carbonite freezing gas. You pull 2 out and just like whole hog. You're like, all right, and then you toss them at the ceiling. You like hit the button and toss them at the ceiling, and they freeze. You could see like where rocks were cracking. It's like this sheen of white forms kind of like right above you and near the tunnel entrance, to where like for sure no rocks are going to fall on you in these moments. That's the really good thing that'll do, and it's bought you a little bit of time. Cal, do you have any thoughts?
Anything I can do?
Anything you want to do? Pick a god and pray.
Man,
sucks when you're out of force points, huh?
Yeah, it does. I do have force push pull, and that's like the force ability.
Yeah.
God, it sounded like the fucking way out was... It's not there anymore. It's just gone forever.
You still have... It looks like you could get low. Like there's still a little bit. You're not out of time just yet.
Okay. Well, maybe I can buy us some time or create time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I force push pull the opening more open again?
Sure. Roll a force check. Give me that. Give me that wisdom plus your proficiency, and tell me what you got. Trying to force push on this.
I'm sure those rocks are still loose. That's a 10.
It's a 10. You're like,
yeah.
Ugh. And there is like a rock that gets out of the way.
Okay,
just like a little bit.
Keep doing that for
ever.
I'll keep doing that for the rest of my life. Not as long as you would think.
Great way to look at it.
None of us are today. If I have anything to say about it, go.
So no one's lagging behind, right?
Not with the actions that were taken last time. No, not anymore.
All right, cool. Then Nyx
but
is
you're
just
cutting it close. This opening is quickly becoming not that.
Then Nyx is gonna make a beeline out.
All right.
Wow. 3. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh boy, you guys! How anticlimactic! It's a good thing. Your dungeon master's cool. Ray, is there anything?
I'm gonna teleport again.
Yeah, you're gonna just dash forward.
Yeah, I ain't shit.
Like
so
I'm blur.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use phase walk again.
All right. Nothing to help your friends. Nothing with the rocks with the.
See, here's the thing. No, I don't have anything that'll help. And trying last time got my fucking ass beat. It's almost like at this point, if I get out, then I can go for help, and they won't die down here.
You do see that Nyx does fall down on his face with that one.
No, I kind of like the idea of like a rock full on hit him on the head and he fucking dropped.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It's like we can do this.
Real Kingdom Hearts 2.
Can I drag his stupid ass, or will that like?
You can.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Athletics for me.
God. Are you fucking for real right now?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh no. What did you roll?
Can I give... Do I still have my lucky point for that Cal gave me?
That's the third one in the jar. That's another natural one.
Oh my god.
No.
You fall on top of him. Like, what are we to do with these? What am I to do?
Wait, hold on.
The narrative is a tragedy.
DM.
Yeah?
DM. May I sacrifice my inspiration point to give her a success?
Not a success, but she can roll again. That's how inspiration works.
Sure.
This is raw. You can give another player inspiration.
So by the way, for the record, there's 3 of them in the jar. Because that's the
in
third
the naughty
one.
Jar.
That's the third one. This is dice number 4.
Just leave me.
No.
Okay, that's better. That's
okay.
That's a 15.
All right,
15.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I temporary boost that?
You already temporarily boosted this round. You did yourself.
That's true, but then my turn would have ended, and then I would have had my reaction back.
I suppose. No, you get a reaction back at the start of your turn. Don't try to fool me.
I wasn't trying to fool you. I'm just stupid. I have to be stupid.
Don't try to fool me.
What's Earl gonna do? What can Earl do?
A lot of
Let's
things.
see.
He's CR12.
The dice fudge is a pathway to many abilities.
Some might
unnatural.
Natural. So, here's what happens.
All right.
Rocks fall. No.
I'll cry?
Tell me if you've heard this before. Rocks fall.
I'll sob.
I'll cry.
You all cow with one like mighty force push that pushes like a person-sized rock off to the side. Ray and Nyx with... Well, Ray doesn't fall anymore, thanks to that inspiration, which is nice. Nyx does, like, fucking spread eagle plop as a rock hit him, like, square between the shoulders on the back. Wasn't even a big one. He just, like, had all his momentum going forward, and that rock, like, ruined it all. And Ray, just with all her might, like, both arms, slings him forward, and you all are in that zone that Asha has cryogenically frozen, but the tunnel ahead of you is, like, it's bad. And Earl turns back to the zone where the rock was, where Keltos fell, and there's like a far off look in his eye as he's like seeing definitely those who know, maybe even Nyx, just like a guess through the force. And all of you, even, there's, as you look into the cave before you, one of the pillars is crumbling and kind of like snaps, and there's rocks falling, but not immediately over you guys because of Ash's quick thinking. And Earl says, "There's no hoof in it, but I think, Carabas, we can use the force. Do what it did.
What do you mean?
We can yoink ourselves, teleport. It did it."
I mean, I don't know how to do that.
I sure as hell ain't gonna know how to do that.
We're gonna learn real quick. And that's when you're all looking towards the mass of the cave, and you see there's the floor where Keltos's like main mass was kind of like crumbles, and and you see it's as if there was nothing under that. No other cave, and you see like a vastness, a void, and like...
We broke through that rock.
A spot... Shut up.
We broke the rock.
A spot of red, like you like it broke through into space, and there's like a far off dwarf star somewhere. And when that happens, especially the force, the ones in tune with the force, unfortunately not Nyx, he physically can't, like, you feel it's like when you've been inside an artificial light for a long time and you like go out in the sun. It's like, oh yeah, this is light. I can like feel the energy. It's like that, but like force. And Earl says, if we reach out to that and gather our power, he like you can tell he catches himself, like, it's the only way.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll try.
I believe in you. Nyx is still
Someone
like
grab
fucking
on
really
Nyx,
from
real
getting hit in
tight.
the head.
I have a bad feeling about this. I've played Corpse Party. I know how this ends. Or I've seen Corpse Party. I know how this ends, I guess is the better way to phrase that.
We got it.
Sorry.
It's either that or we all die together. Either way,
Listen,
the
worst case scenario, we come out with the same, with a torso with two less limbs. It's fine.
I like those odds. Let's do it.
So what is the DM asking us to do?
Well, we're gonna feel the force. We're gonna take a deep breath.
Oh, yoga. All right, I'm in.
And focus.
All right. Downward dog.
And in the midst of... Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
No. Spin your flavor. I'm here for it.
Very quickly, Cal's gonna go ahead and grab onto Nyx's arm if he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyx is still like, his head's still spinning from getting full unclocked with a rock.
Earl is first. He reaches his hand out, both hands, to the middle of this room and closes his eyes and takes a deep breath and mutters under his breath to the point nobody in character hears it, but says something to the effect of, "Come on, none of these young ones deserve this. You can do us this one solid." And Cal, what is aiding you? What are you focusing on as you call out to the Force to do this thing?
What am I calling out to?
What's aiding you? What are you focusing on? Or what are you calling out to? We can wax poetic however you feel.
What am I focusing on? That is a very good question. I would say Max Rebo.
My favorite Jizz Sonata.
I never got to see him in concert. I can't die here.
Cal still has too much to do.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to heal. It is what he does. I think what he would focus on is, I don't want to say just a forest, that kind of feels boring, but like, would it be unfair to say he actually focuses on like the Jedi Order from years ago?
No, absolutely not.
Like he'd focus on his master, her Padawan.
This won't be a full-on flashback, this won't take long. But as you, this all happened in an instant. Earl, you guys simply just didn't do good enough, and that your only egress is completely blocked off. And Earl suggested doing something crazy. And as you focus on your master and the Jedi, you remember, Cal, do you truly believe the Force can do anything?
How old would he be?
Oh, this would be like fresh Padawan. This would be one of the first things she'd wanted to drill in, so yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it not do something before.
A good answer, if not a dodgy one. We as Jedi have to believe in the power of the Force. It can and will do anything to maintain balance, to preserve life, to keep the cycle going. The moment you think you've seen everything, it'll show you something new. It's one of the main things I've learned in my long life. So tell me, do you truly believe in your heart that the Force can do anything?
I do.
That's what he said when he was young, and that's what he mutters under his breath now, as he reaches both his hands out and feels this kind of just pure Force energy, and you focus on the Jedi Temple, the towers that marked each corner in the center, the way those corridors were connected, and all sorts of living beings served the Force and believed in the Force, as you are doing right now. Ash, what are you focusing on?
She is focusing on the people, her friends and loved ones around her. She doesn't really know what she's doing. It's just a hope and a prayer, basically, as she tries to connect with how she's been able to use the Force before and reach out to that similar feeling while keeping all of her new friends and Earl in her mind. She really doesn't want all of us to bite the dust here. Is it begging? I don't think it's necessarily begging, but she is feeling kind of desperate, hoping that it works.
What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, there's a good word, and I'm not. It's like pleading, but like a less extreme word. You're asking the Force to help, which is also basically what Earl is doing. Ray, what's Ray doing?
I think it's a mix of things. I think she's really afraid.
Mm-hmm.
She's really scared. She's gonna fuck it up. She's afraid that she's gonna be in sort of a. Not in this direct sense, like this isn't the thought at the forefront of her mind, but insofar as like she's afraid that like Earl was right and she's gonna fuck it up and she's gonna get all of them killed and that this is gonna be where it all ends, and she's just really, really afraid.
This'll be good. Yeah. Ray gets a memory. This one won't last long either. Because you were sparring with your friend, your Jedi Temple Guard friend.
Mm-hmm.
And this was again like early on, and for like the fourth time in a row, he's just like done a nice little wrist spin and sent your lightsaber out of your hand, no matter how hard you grip it. It's just like the torque is too much. It's technique that you're not familiar with. And in frustration, you kind of shut down. You like grab you bend down to grab it off the ground but like stay there in that kind of curled up position.
Very big, I'm gonna take a nap here energy.
You should rise and face me.
But this sucks.
There's a pause. The head like remains perfectly still. It's behind a mask. Why do you fear failure?
It makes me feel bad, but I'm not supposed to.
That feeling is temporary, little one. Only lasts as long as you let it, before you get back up again and try. A good Jedi, and he pauses. A good person doesn't let that fear of failure stop them from doing anything that they desire, that they should do. The moment you believe that it's worth stopping is the moment you decided that you can't do it. And then the universe will agree.
Okay.
There's like a little bit of a huffy chuckle under the mask. Little underwhelming of a response.
She shrugs.
Rise.
Gets up.
And face me again.
And then she gets up.
Yeah. The lightsaber turns on and you even probably like you stand up and your back's to him and you like haha, I turn it on and spin, hoping to catch him off guard. It doesn't.
I'm gonna fucking get him. I'm gonna fucking get him.
It was a good moment. And Raestra remembers that. But this is no time to fear failure. Because either this happens or it doesn't. And the machine, the gears of the machine, and you picture in your mind's eye as you close your eyes and reach out and you feel this energy, and it's dark. It is dark energy. There's nowhere, but it's not like what Keltos was wielding. It's just primal is the best word. You've never felt the Force like this, and it's like you're as close to the machine, the heart of the machine, as you've ever been. The engines of a ship, the power source of a turbine, but you don't fear it. You have to get out of here, and your mind's eye pictures with those the gears pan down, and there's a hyperdrive. That's what this is like, right? Maybe the Force can help with that. Cal, you do, as you picture the Jedi Order, it sprouts with trees. We'll go with the forest because I like this. It kind of like first like one at a time, and then like just like all these trees. And you remember that forests are connected, that the trees know. And as far as a tree is concerned, what's one side of the forest to the other? You're all one forest. It'd be like considering the distance between one finger on one hand and another finger on the other. And I feel like it'd be a disservice to have to roll any dice. I do want force points spent by people who can. Earl is going to spend all he has left, and it's quite a few.
I have 2 that I can spend.
I think I am also in that boat. Yeah, I will spend what I've got left.
I would require a short rest to get any more.
No, you're good, Cal. we're deciding the magic and then assigning the mechanics, which is how Star Wars has always worked. Shoot panels; it does what you want, always. And you guys, I guess. Well, one more thing, Nyx. How? Just like what are you doing? How are you feeling in just this moment before I describe what happens next?
Nyx is very much like, God, how do I? Honestly, This is an area where he has no expertise in, no knowledge of, and he's certainly not going to pretend like he even understands any of this. So Nyx is just trying his damn best not to get in the way of anything, despite his head spinning.
Cal has one arm, Ray has the other. You're kind of just like being held like, if nobody knew the context, like a prisoner.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
I haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do.
Yeah.
I'd want Asha to be holding Raestra's hand, and then the other hand she's holding Earl's hand, so she's just like...
You guys
I don't know why I thought you were going to say a leg. And then Earl gets the other leg.
Oh no.
No.
I don't like this. I don't like what this is implying.
No, Ash is holding on to Raestra and Earl right now, currently.
But with that, there's, like, you know, in moments like this, time drags. But then it really does start to, it seems, in your perception. The, like, crumbling, the sound of the just the cacophony of rocks giving way and this entire space collapsing in on itself starts to slow down and get quiet, like someone turned down the volume, like you went underwater in a video game and it made the music go. Yeah. Now this is the underwater music. And then it's like background noise, white noise, and slows down, and you all kind of open your eyes at the same time, and it's starry. It's everything is a little bit blacker. It's like the world turned on dark mode, and a lot of the transparency of like the stuff that shouldn't be transparent got like cranked up to 75. And there's even, especially like you're looking forward and you can see that red dot really far off, but there's like little sparkles all around, like you're in the vastness of space, but you're still firmly where you were. You can feel ground under you and kind of see it, and you turn around and like there's the collapsed wall, but again the like transparencies cranked up. And Earl is the first, since he's like at the end of this hand-holding chain. He kind of like turns bodily most of the way towards that wall and steps through a rock. And he looks back at you guys and doesn't say anything. There's just like a little shrug. As like, not hurriedly, carefully, like, if he hurried, it'd ruin it. Like if you're carrying a precarious amount of plates, he starts to step forward and you guys follow, and you're stepping, but it's like you got bigger. Like the entrance to the cave, way smaller than you remember it, and you like take 4 steps and are kind of already a lot farther through that tunnel than you would remember, than you'd think 4 steps would take you. And there's a little bit, and then things get a little more transparent as you're walking, until it kind of all slowly disappears. Like when video games start up and it's like, oh, raise the brightness until you can see this and not see this, you know? And it's like the thing you can't see, you slowly make it disappear. And then there's just like 10 more steps, and then there's an upward slope. And you guys kind of walk it just carefully before about 10 more steps, a total of like less than a minute of walking. And before then, boom, you're back in the world, in the real world, I guess, on top of that ledge where those illusions tried to trick you into jumping off it, and you rappelled down it instead. You're on top of it, a decent ways back. There everything's still shaking a little, but like over here, it's clearly not as bad. Nothing's caving in. You see like little bits of rock falling, and Earl looks back at you guys like, "Let's go."
Let's go. Moving. Moving. Fuck.
Good job, everyone.
Just going.
Nyx is following as best he can.
Do you guys continue to hold hands? Have a cute little chain?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure, why not?
Just it's going until there's, well, you guys went through a lot of tunnels, didn't you? But remembering the way back, you like just did this, especially with Ashes in It's Not Hard. And there's man, it takes a good little while of like kind of trotting forward before you feel that the vibration of the caves and the floor is just only a little, only kind of like the what's the word I'm looking for, the aftermath kind of tremors, just dying down.
Aftershock.
The aftershocks just kind of like dying down. And you guys solved my rocks fall puzzle.
Hooray!
By fucking it up!
By using no-clip cheats.
No. We just got the new thing from not Breath of the Wild, from Tears of the Kingdom, and we just hit Ascent.
Yeah.
We did Ascent.
We rise.
I love Gary's mod. Nyx, would you like to play Prop Hunt?
It's Grizzly's mod in the Star Wars.
Ash is really good at prop hunt.
Cal turns into a potted plant and leaves.
Nyx is just terrible at video games.
Just like the fuck.
I was so bad at the simulations.
No, you know what? No, I don't accept that actually. With all the like training that Nyx did for like putting his gun apart and together again, I think he has great hand-eye coordination.
That he doesn't have bad hand-eye coordination. He just does not get video games.
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll pick up on the buttons fast, but he'll be like, "All right, so like."
How do they spot me? I am 3 meters away.
Nyx, they have a scope.
This is bullshit.
It's the sniper class. You're supposed to flank him using the spy class.
There's no way he could have pulled out and prepared his sniper rifle that quickly.
Do you know how hard it is to just peer down a scope as quickly as they do?
Have you held a sniper before?
Of course I have.
No, look, he knifes me once and I die. You gotta really try to get someone dead in one swing of a knife. Especially if they're armored.
It's a hollow game. I'm banned from the from the radio tower up top, from the comm room. I've played too many hollow games up there. I'm not allowed.
Hung out up there playing your fucking. I like the mental image that Ash is like you and just sits up there with her thing and just plays like fucking gotcha games.
They're called hollow plays, by the way. God.
Does her
get the in-universe terminology?
Wait, is that the universe? I was just guessing.
No, I'm saying dumb bullshit because if it's dumb bullshit, it's probably Star Wars.
It's probably Star Wars. Hold on.
Sits up there doing her dailies.
They're called getcha games, actually, because that's how they get you.
Damn.
I've never spent a credit on a gacha game in my life. How do you have all of like the super rare units and shit? I'm really lucky.
Damn it. Fuck you.
I tried Genshin Impact once and it made me feel like an Inquisitor, so I stopped.
Yeah. That's it. That's the whole thought from her. Just, yeah.
That's the whole bit. We can now get back to our regularly scheduled coming down from that adrenaline rush.
Back to our regularly scheduled Star Wars Revengeance.
You guys kind of power walk the rest of the way, Ash now leading because she remembers the way, until you get back to the Unoth village. who is already in the middle of, well, they would have felt the tremors, so they would be in the middle of like picking up anything that like fell down. There was like one building that like didn't make it, but it, as far as you can tell, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt or killed. Some hanging things fell, and you can see the like debris of them. None of the overhanging bridges in the taller parts of the cave seem to be destroyed, though like one of them, its like railing is not looking great, and you see people are already, well, Unav are already at the repairs of that.
Lemmy comes up to us. Missed you, buddy. Hugs him. I hope you weren't too scared. I mean, that's
he like does a little spin.
It was and it wasn't our fault. I don't know who to put the blame on with that one. But everyone seems to be okay here for the most part.
Yeah, quickly trailing behind him is the Unav whose life you saved, and the Elder. Both of them like approach you, and like big like long arm hug from each of them. Like,
right.
I bet it feels fucking weird.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are made of plant matter, and it feels like it.
It feels like being hugged by mulch.
Yeah.
They're the Unav. Put some respect on their species. Come on.
Yeah, mulch is what George Lucas would have called them. But
the mulch.
I am no Lucas.
We like to call
That's
them
because
mulch
you're good at storytelling.
they're made out of plants.
I call them the mulch, and I think jizz music would have like made its way down to their civilization, and
that would have been really good with jizz music.
My favorite part, I saw an interview where Sam Witwer was talking about how like, brilliant George was, and he kind of was. He pioneered a lot of stuff in the industry. His storytelling just gets wild sometimes.
Yeah, no
but
shit.
Whenever everyone has the same George Lucas impression, which like it is how he talks, but it's always like not quite a Flanderization, but it is like a caricature of how he talks. It's like when people have their Kylo Ren impression, it's not what Adam Driver sounds like, it's what we hear.
Yeah.
Of Adam Driver's performance as Kylo Ren.
No,
I have to do what I don't know. I have the strength to do it.
I think I got the perfect impression of George Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's better.
So Palpatine sends a man who sends a man who sends a man who sends a shapeshifter who sends a robot who sends bugs to go kill Padme.
And if you really want to get down to it, and if you really want to get granular,
the robot sends bugs to go kill Padme. I remember most of the people who shit super heavily on the sequels call the prequels art, so either it's both true or they're not, guys.
Yeah, honestly.
Episode 3 is art. I'll say that.
Episode 3 is fine. Episode 1's the best one.
Remember when that railing fell on Obi-Wan and he kind of slid? Do you remember that? I think about that all the time.
Listen, you can't define art. Art is in nature, undefinable. Yes. Episode 3 is art in the same way that watching a semi-truck get hit by a high-speed train that also has the words "You are really cool" written on the side, that is art.
Yeah, I agree.
Mood.
So in like a Banksy way. Star Wars Episode 3 is art. George Lucas's own Banksy. This is a Star Wars podcast now.
It's specifically the Banksy that like broke halfway through. Yeah. Trying to shred itself.
I'm losing my mind.
Anyway.
Let's continue. We got hugs from the Unav.
Yeah, and the Elder is like gesturing with their like hand bulbs, and basically like the language barrier is still rough, but like there's like a clear like excitement and joy, and there's like a point. They gesture downward at a point, and like the gist is like, we can feel that there's no more dark energy, is the best that any of you can. We're overjoyed.
No more bad juju. Bad
juju is not bye-bye. What they say.
Bad juju, go bye-bye.
Let's not make them tribal stereotypes now.
They're not. They have a whole ass language that you guys just don't understand.
We have mouths. It's a little tough.
I make a gif of us destroying the rock, and then it explodes.
You were doing that while you were walking. I was like, here we go. Excuse me, it's Giz in Star Wars.
No.
I'll kill you. Shut up.
It's pronounced Giz.
I'll kill you, Dad.
Shut up.
Let's just make progress, please.
No, what progress? I'm having a great time. I can turn this game around. We can go back to the Falling Rocks.
No.
We can go back there. I force traveled you away from it. I can force travel you back.
I can turn this campaign around. I will fucking leave. I'll go to bed.
No. But that's, there's no more conversation to be had with the Elder, so this moment is technically yours.
I'm going to bed.
Let's go, lay down. I'm frazzled.
Your body language, does convey just how tired you are, and the Unav that saved you and has kind of been your liaison this whole time, Ash is the worst off, huh? Kind of like holds Ash by the shoulder and leads you guys back to your lovely little hut.
She's got some scrapes on her face and probably her Montrol / Leku and from falling in
that
like
now,
dirt.
In the time that you guys have been gone, hammocks have been kind of spun from mycelic twine because they were hoping that you would come back and that you could use these beds.
I love
but
them
they're lovely,
so much.
like low hanging hammocks. So like if you fall, you're like falling 3 inches, But they're enough to like feel suspended, and they're very soft.
I love them so much.
I love them. I love them so much.
But
I take one immediately.
You guys simply desire to long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
Yes, please.
All right.
I do not desire to simply long rest. I simply do.
I don't want a long rest, but I pass out on the spot.
That was me rolling a dice.
Cool, get fucked.
No, I'm kidding. Nothing bad happens. Why would anything bad happen? What'd you get?
I got a 14.
Cool. Rockets fall and everyone dies.
Ah!
The roof caves in. They didn't double check this house.
Do we get to long rest?
You definitely long rest, yes.
Cool. I'm hitting the button on my sheet.
Yeah.
I don't want to die, but I would die for the Unav.
And you know what? After these many seconds of considerations that you've just heard, no dreams. You guys are too tired. You're just like deep sleep. If you have them, you don't remember them. None of them like interrupt your sleep.
I did not dream. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little?
Not even a single tiny bit.
But honestly, as unfortunate because it cuts it short, I think that is a good place to stop.
Star Wars The First Resistance is a live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast using the Star Wars 5e system, which can be accessed for free at sw5e.com. Our podcast features the player talents of BubblingBrooke as Ashaa-kai, Practically Silver as Calchin Phimiir, Ben Lepard as Nyx, HitenNoRuroni as Raestra Akkan, and this Justin as the Game Master. Big thank you to Arcane Anthems for creating the theme song, and Wondrous Works for the key art. All relevant links are in the description. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, we'd love if you left a positive review and shared the podcast. It might help others find and enjoy the podcast as well. We can't thank you enough for listening to us goof around and tell stories. We hope you all join us for the next episode. Until then, may the Force be with you.